Okay, I accidentally hit the stop button instead of the pause button there. So this is going to be part 2 of chapter 11, creating, building, running, and removing Docker images and containers. Since this is a book on Python and DevOps, we will take the canonical Flask Hello World as the first example of an application that runs in a Docker container. The examples shown in this section use the Docker for Mac package. Subsequent sections will show how to install Docker on Linux. Okay, so let's do this on a VM. I'm not sure if a VM on a VM will work, but I think it will. So let's start by pulling up the lab here. And we'll just pull it up in the client software instead of just in the browser. Um, and then I guess I'm not sure which project. I'll create a new project. We'll call it simple Ubuntu VM. Okay, and then on this we'll just have yep, Ubuntu server 18.04. Okay, so here is the main file of the Flask application. So we'll be creating this once I get my environment up and running. Okay, so we got it. Then I'll clean all this up. All right. Looks like I can't go forward. I can scroll my. Okay, here we go. So yeah, let's do this. So yeah, let's go into documents. Yeah, and then we'll make a directory for this. We'll call it Python for DevOps. Okay, and then we'll create the file, and then in subsequent sections we'll install Flask. So we'll kind of maybe put the cart before the horse a little bit here by creating the file. We won't be able to run it. It won't be recognized as a Flask application until we install Flask, but that's okay because we won't run it until later. Oops, I typed in number instead of name. Sometimes I do that. It's kind of weird. Like my brain replaces like whole words sometimes for like whole other words. It's like sometimes when I make typos, I don't like just fat finger something, or I don't um, like I type out complete wrong words sometimes. And it's not even like the words are related to like what. the actual word is. I mean, I make the other kinds of typos too, but I mean, sometimes it's understandable because, like in Cisco, you're always doing like config T, and so like sometimes when something's just kind of ingrained in my muscle memory, it just kind of comes out at not the right time. This keyboard is pretty nice. I bought a Cherry cheap like $15 keyboard, external keyboard, because my keyboard on my laptop was breaking. It's actually pretty nice. All right, so now we're going to need a requirements.txt file. Don't have one right now, so let's add it. Uh, it right now. Oh, we don't even have Python. Trying to run, what the heck? Oh, it's already, okay, so I gotta do Python 3 app.py. Yep, so we got the same error. They got no module named Flask, trying to run the app.py file directly with Python on a Mac OS laptop or a Ubuntu VM, as I'm doing here, without first installing the requirements results in an error. So that'll happen on any environment. You have to have the requirements installed before you use them. One obvious way to get past this issue is to install the requirements with pip on your local machine. This would make everything specific to the operating system you are running locally, but what if the application needs to be deployed on a server running a different OS? The well-known issue of works on my machine could arise, where everything works beautifully on a Mac OS laptop, but for some mysterious reason, usually related to OS-specific versions of Python libraries, everything breaks on the staging or production servers running other operating systems such as Ubuntu or Red Hat Linux. Docker offers an elegant solution to this conundrum. We can still do our development locally using our beloved editors and toolchains, but we package our application's dependencies inside a portable Docker container. Here is the Docker file describing the Docker image that is going to be built. All right, so let's write this out next. Docker file. Now, I'm not sure if I have this version of Python 3. So we might want to check that. Let's check that before we can do a write on this file. Yeah, we should still have the file there, but it's a blank file. And let's just open Python 3. Okay, so we've got 3. Let's do quit. Okay, so I'm not sure what this dash alpine means. I don't see that. Oh, I gotta stand up. Yeah, I don't know what that alpine means, so I'm going to try leaving that out. Okay, and then we'll use Python 3.6.8. Yep, so we'll just go with that because that seems to be what I actually have. I don't have that alpine, so yeah, we'll try that. All right, so that looks good. A few notes about this Docker file. Use a pre-built Docker image for Python 3.7.3 based on the Alpine distribution that produces slimmer Docker images. This Docker image already contains executables such as Python and pip. Okay, so it looks like this first line really doesn't matter that much about what you used to develop your code, as long as, of course, you're using a version. So, for example, if I developed this using version 2 of Python, that's not going to work if I use a version 3 in my Docker image, if assuming that I write code that's not compatible with version 3. So it's not about what you're developing the code with, it's about what you want installed on your Docker container when you run it. So we're going to want Python installed on it, of course, but we're going to want version 3.7.3 Alpine. Alpine is more optimized for Docker images. So even though we're developing using version 3.6, when we create this Docker container and run the code on it, we want it to use version 3.7. Install the required packages with pip, specify an entry point and a command. The difference between the two is that when the Docker container runs the image built from this Docker file, the program it runs is the entry point, followed by any arguments specified in CMD, which stands for command, I'm assuming. In this case, it will run python app.py. Note, if you do not specify an entry point in your Docker file, the following default will be used: /bin/sh-c. To create the Docker image for this application, run docker build. Now, they didn't give instructions for installing Docker, So we're going to see if this works. If it doesn't work, I might need to just do a simple apt-get in order to install Docker on the system. Yep, so we don't have Docker. Let's go ahead and install it. I'm not sure what snap means. Let's try it. Snap. Can't do it. Okay, so Docker's not working that way. Let's try getting it through the Ubuntu software updater. Oh, not the updater. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Yeah, let's get it through the Ubuntu software application. Okay, and then we'll look for Docker. Oops, and oh, okay, this is what's. Wait, what? I'm confused. Oh, yeah. See, that's what I thought. Yeah. See the error messages failed to fetch, so it's not connecting. I don't have external internet on this yet, so let's set that up. Now this says internet, so yeah. Okay, cloud one. There we go. Oh, all right, that was cool. So it just did that automatically. So let's try running Docker again. Okay, so now we can try snap again. Now that we've got internet access, we should have a much better result. Yep, so we are downloading. Perfect. Okay, so to verify that the Docker image was saved locally, run Docker images followed by the name of the image. So that'll be after we do this Docker build command. Let me move my bookmark up here. I'm going to lose my spot here. Oh, here we go. Oops. Okay, so it looks like I have to use this now. That's okay. Perfect. All right, and we're still downloading. We're fetching, so we're mounting it. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to take a quick break now. When I come back, it'll be all downloaded, so we'll do a build, then we'll verify that the container has been built, and then we'll continue reading in the book. And I will, instead of hitting stop recording, just hit pause. Okay, so it looks like it's done, so I'm not going to take that break. I'll take one later. I'm just not feeling, yeah, I feel like I can keep going, so let's do Docker build now. Permission denied, so we might need, yeah, we might need sudo, so let's try that. this in Emacs mode. There we go. Yep, so we needed to do sudo so A-P-L-I-N-E. Let's see if I spelt that correctly. A-P-L-I-N-E. Oh, no, I didn't. It's A-L-P-I-N-E. Alpine instead of appline. Okay, we got past the first step this time because I spelled that correctly. So it recognizes the environment we're going to be installing in this Docker container, doing some polls, going through the file that we wrote and doing each line in the file. And we've got that problem again where we don't have permission. So that's interesting because I did do sudo this time. Okay, but maybe maybe it worked. It just didn't do a further step that we don't need it to do anyway. So let's do our verification step to see if it worked. Nope, didn't work. Okay, so let's do this in Google. We've got a lot of regular terms here to search for, nothing specific to this environment, so should be pretty easy to find help on this error. Here we go, somebody got the same question I got. Okay, so it looks like it's been marked resolved, but I don't see. Oh, okay, so we've got to add. Okay, yep, so we got to do the following here, so let's do that. Missed a few steps from the official Docker installation guide. There we go. And then GS3. Oh, wait. I don't know if you're supposed to. Oh, add your user. GS3, right? Yeah, okay, I think that's right. And then. Okay, so it looks like I gotta log out and log back in. Can do that. Not sure why that one command wasn't working. It wasn't accepting my password. But we'll just log out and log back in. Okay, so now let's try building out the Docker image. Oh, and I forgot the dot. That means we're going to build that here. Got another permission denied. Got another permission denied. All right, so I don't know what to do. And I want to do something else right now. Failed. Listen. Okay, I just tried copying some code I found Googling for this text here to try to, because I guess they said maybe there's something already running that I need to shut down first that's interfering with this new one that I ran. But unfortunately, that did not work. Let's try this other write-up of it. Okay, that didn't work either. What if I do a space here? Doesn't work. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this to work. So next video, we're going to be doing some troubleshooting on that. So I got to make sure I have my, I have my bookmark there. So move that forward from where it was. So that's it for this video. Next video will be troubleshooting why this Docker image didn't come up. We're going to try to get to this working properly before moving on with the rest of the book. So thanks for watching and see you in the next one.